a lot of people that have something to prove, like even the Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes. I feel maybe not so much Brad Holmes, but Dan Campbell has kind of been questioned like by national media and stuff like that. And all these guys are listing like they got a little extra something for wanting to be good. Like they want to win just a little bit more. All these guys, they want to be good just a little bit more. And
absolutely,
those people make stuff happen.
I mean, when you have a chip on your shoulder and you have a motivation more so than just, hey, I'm collecting a paycheck. Hey, I'm here in the NFL. I completed a childhood dream. When you have that motivation because somebody's doubted you or somebody has said that they don't think you can measure up anymore. It's like, dude, it's like that really puts a fire under people. And it's like, oh, okay, you think I can't do this anymore. You think I'm washed up. You think I'm a has-been. It's like, okay, just you watch, just you wait. It's my time to prove you wrong. And I mean, you're talking about Dan Campbell. I mean, if we're not talking about Dan Campbell proving people wrong or addressing some national critics, we got to take a look right now with the most recent news that's come out about the Lions from Tyrell Crosby, a former left tackle of all players. I mean, literally today or just yesterday, he put out a news report that he in essence said that the Lions, they don't care about their players and that Dan Campbell pretty much didn't care about the fact that Tyrell Crosby was dealing with an injury and they just threw him out there and made things worse. And it's like, wait a minute here, man. It's like, are you sure you're talking about the same head coach? You sure you're talking about a guy that literally cried when his team lost because he wanted him to win that bad? I'm like, I think you've got this person that you're talking about mistaken. I don't think this is the same coach because it's like, I can't see how Dan Campbell would deliberately just say, oh, I don't care if you're hurt. You're going to go out and play anyway. It's like that just does not sound like Dan Campbell to me. It sounds almost preposterous to even think about it.
I know. I saw that story the other day and I was like, is he talking about Dan Campbell? Like, there's no way, right? It's interesting, right? Like, I don't think Tyrell Crosby is lying. I don't think he would lie, right? But Dan Campbell does not seem like the type of guy who would do something like that. Like right away, especially in that season, like you don't need Tyrell Crosby. You're not going anywhere. Dan Campbell's a smart guy. Like he understands that. I mean, like why in the world would you go? No, you got to play. Like, why? You're.
I mean, you just
or whatever.
You just think about it. Like, how many times did we hear Dan Campbell say, he's like, listen, we're going to be smart with this guy's injury. We're going to be smart. We're not going to rush him back. We're not going to put him in harm's way. And it's like, he says that about all these other players, and somehow Tyrell Crosby is the exception to the rule. It's like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, that almost sounds like double talk.
Yeah, exactly. It's so strange. I'd love to hear what happened, hear some context. Ideally, that's never going to happen probably. But I don't know. I don't understand it. It makes no sense.
I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, the thing about it is that Tyrell Crosby, before we drafted Penei Sewell, he was in essence a starting tackle for us on the offensive line. And that when he was injured and when we eventually decided to move on from him, that was in essence the motivation that we went with for drafting Penei Sewell, because we had a glaring need at tackle. So it's like, for me, it's like I don't really think that Dan Campbell would deliberately decide, you know what, I'm going to put one of my starters potentially to get hurt even worse, threaten not only his career, but his ability to live a normal life, because football's a violent game. You can have a small injury turn into a very devastating injury. It's like, that does not sound like Dan Campbell. And there is no way in this life or next, heaven, hell, whatever you want to call it, that I could ever believe that that's from Dan Campbell. Not unless I heard a voice recording or some transcript somewhere that somebody has squirreled away. There's no way I'm ever going to believe that. And again, I'm not saying Tyrell Crosby's a liar, but it's like, to insinuate that that's Dan Campbell is like, dude, I think somewhere along the line, maybe he heard something wrong, maybe he misunderstood something, or he's referring to somebody else. It's like to kind of insinuate that Dan Campbell and the Lions just simply don't care about players. It's like I'm having a really hard time grasping that one.
Yeah. It also is weird because, like we were saying, they seem to be gelling so well. Like the locker room seems to love him. But if they found that out, they would not love it. Like, right? Like, if you're a player and he just did that to one of your other players, they're like, that's going to happen to me. They cannot be cool with that if that happens.
No, I mean,
what? It makes it even more confusing.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?